Alright, stream, welcome back. Oh, I forgot to change the title. It's actually day 8. Oh well, ain't no biggie. Maybe I'll remember to do it later. Obviously back in VitalRP, working the hook and book job, watching the shenanigans going on in this parking lot below us. What is this dude? Wow. I was going to say drive much, but obviously not. Obviously not. Knock dude's car in the next week. The only thing that made it keep from going 2 weeks was that brick wall behind it. 2 little smart cars down there. As soon as these people clear out, I'll go clear all those extra cars, if you will. Radio check. I see you on there.
Yeah, what's up, Wyatt?
Not much. Just sitting up here at Legion watching the shenanigans go on.
10-4. I went back and got the flatbed out.
Roger that. That way we got something to cover either avenue.
There you go. Where'd you say you was located?
On the upper deck of Legion parking lot.
Oh yeah, got a bunch of people over that way?
Yeah, there were a bunch more. Now there's just like 3 or 4 in the parking lot. But I like sitting up here and putting my back to them and just looking over my shoulder and watching that lower parking lot. You'd be surprised what all you see.
10-4 on that. Yeah. I'm still a little bit newer to the city, I guess you could say, but yeah, like, you know, it's only been about a month for me. I'm still learning the names, but the postals, man, that's really the kicker for me. That helps out a lot, you know.
Roger, I'm sitting right above the 0 on 204.
Okay.
If you come this way, you'll see the truck sitting up here in the parking lot. Well, at least I got a coworker. I just met this rip fella. Said he's been working here for about a month, but this is my 8th day, and it's the first time I've ever seen him or heard of him, but that's cool. Maybe he can cover some of these hours with me that others are not able to.
Yeah, I have a hard time finding people hanging out and stuff, man. Most of the time, the best way for me to find a tow is when I go out on my bike and just cruise around, and then I'll come back and get it if I see that it's abandoned, you know?
Yep. Yeah, I've noticed the first couple, 2 or 3 days I was working, I was getting calls left and right. Now it seems like either people just aren't into it or they're calling. Well, I know they're calling Southside because I must have had 12 people come to impound yesterday trying to get their vehicle out, and we didn't have it. And Southside's not supposed to be doing that. We're the one with the contract in the city.
Yeah, Damien was saying some shit like that about there's a lawsuit or something going on. I don't know. But yeah, usually everybody's not in the city most of the time when I'm on.
Roger, same here. But the other thing is the cops have an impound lot, and evidently some of them weren't even calling us. They were just impounding cars, which means somebody was pocketing tow and impound fees. It don't get no more crooked than that.
Yeah, I just got a crash course on the training. Chris trained me a little bit, and that was about it for me.
Yeah, the 2 big boss men trained me the night I did. I got about a, I don't know, 25-minute walkthrough. I got most of it. I had to ask a couple things again just because I forgot what muscle they were. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it ain't too bad. I took some notes. I got the gist of it down. Now, like the holds and stuff, I ain't really done a police call yet. The police ain't really called me yet. They were just, they called me once, and before I could even make it over there, man, they canceled the call for some reason, but it is what it is.
Interesting. I saw you just turn left. If you'd have gone straight, you'd have seen me.
Yeah, yeah, you're fucking hidden over there. I seen some people at the parking lot over there. I didn't want to spook them, so that's why I went in and turned left.
Roger that. Yeah, like I said, if you just sit here with your back to them like this and look over your shoulder, they don't think anybody's here. They'd be doing all kinds of stuff down there. The police, too. I saw two police interacting with a criminal up here on this deck right in front of my truck, and I guess because I was sitting here with no lights and no movement, they thought it was empty. They were sitting there giggling like schoolgirls, the two cops, and that guy is a known criminal, so I don't know what they were doing with him, but not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah, yeah, some sketchy shit.
The funny thing is, I'm always running a purple eye dash cam, if you will. And so if I was a cop and I was sitting up here, yeah, I'd probably be the top cop in the city, all the stuff I've seen and could have busted.
Oh yeah, yeah. They tell them themselves that way.
I had a cop yesterday come flying through the city. He come around a curve, right back heading back to the base from here. That curve back to the, I guess that would be south. Anyway, he comes flying around in my lane. Yeah, you had your lights and siren going, but I couldn't see or hear you before the curve, and you came around the curve in my lane and had the audacity to come back and tell me I'm supposed to yield for them.
Shit.
Man, I laid him up one side and down the other, told him, I run Purple Eye Dash Cam. How about, I said, what's your name and badge number? How about I send this video to your supervisor so they can see how you drive? He got quiet then.
Yeah, didn't want to play that game.
Yeah, usually when you mention that you got a dash cam going, they shut that shit up. That cuts out all the he said, she said. It's right there on video and audio.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
I don't remember if it was my second day or my third day on the job, but you ever heard of the Red Roses?
No, no, I haven't heard of none of them.
They're evidently a gang faction in the city. I found their sports car. I think it was up at like 645 or something over there, the direction you went. And it was on the corner, on the red mark, sticking out into the traffic, and facing the wrong way. So I pull up, and there's two guys Romeo pastaing in front of the business. One of them's carrying the other like some weird gay love kind of shit. I don't know, and I don't want to know. But I did what we're supposed to. I blew the horn 5 times while I'm sitting right by the vehicle, and the guy carrying the other guy was like, Jesus fucking Christ, fine, I'll move it then. I said, please do. And so I pulled up and went to the next block, did a flip around, pulled over just to watch. They didn't move it. They went right back to RPing. So I rolled right down, backed up to it, hooked to it, and as I drove off, they pulled guns and shot my left front tire, and then they come rolling up on me 4 deep in cars and made me drop the car at gunpoint. Well, that pissed our boss off because evidently they're a rival. So
Yeah, I don't think they like people in red. I was listening to some of the conversations at the tow shop, and they were talking about shootouts and shit.
yeah, those guys were when being red roses. I guess that would be why. So
Yeah, I don't know the names of the gangs or anything. I don't even know what kind of club our boss is a part of, but
I don't
I know
either.
it's green and red don't mix. I think. I'm pretty sure. I think Damien's green and alternate clubs red. That's all I really know.
Oh, I think there's a purple gang, a yellow gang, a light blue gang, a dark blue gang, a gang with black, which I think is a biker gang. There's a lot of gangs in this city. I don't know them either. The only reason I know those were called the Red Roses is because when I told them where it happened and what the guy looked like, he was like, I know him. He's the leader of Red Roses. So that's the only reason I knew that. And yeah, I don't know nothing about our boss's affiliations either. They haven't said anything, so I haven't either. I'm not dumb. I can see that things are going on, you know. I stay in my lane.
Yeah, 10-4, same here. I'm just glad I got a job.
Roger that. Not that I don't want to get into learning some more things. I just don't push my way into it.
Right, it's a different getting asked than doing the asking.
Exactly. Some people are kind of overachievers like that. I'm an overachiever, but not in that way.
I'm kind of content with what I do, man. It ain't too bad usually.
Yeah, I got 4 trucks going. They aren't in the very best trucks yet. I'm working on that, but they're in +6 and +8%. So they make me pretty decent money, about $3 grand every 20 minutes, and then you make the 1445 is what we actually make because we make 1700 and they take 255 in tax.
I know it's crazy, right? The tax is fucking insane.
Well, not only that, but the gas prices now it cost me $6,900 to fill up my motorcycle. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, I just bought a motorcycle not too long ago. I ain't had to fill it up yet.
Well, somebody in the past couple weeks, somebody in government and city went in and changed everything because the gas wasn't that high. And they had a city meeting the other night for the mayor electoral process. And so now we've got a DOJ. As of this coming weekend, we will have a court system and all that and a new government. But they said they're aware of, the taxes are going to go down, the gas prices are going to go down, and our living wages are going to go up a little bit.
You talking about like buying houses or like buying food or what?
All of it. Prices on things for us are going to go down, and taxes are going to come down also because they literally said, we noticed that it's so bad with taxes, that you almost have to turn to crime just to be able to afford to live in the city. Because working an honest living, you're paying out more than you're making.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I've looked at some houses and yeah, I'm pretty much living day to day as far as being able to buy a house. It's insane.
Yeah, I hear you. I have to go grind truck routes, if I want to buy something like that, because I can do the $14,000 and $15,000 routes now. You do 3 or 4 of those, you put some money in the bank. I don't know what these houses cost. I haven't even looked yet.
Oh shit, dude, you're talking like
Millions?
millions.
Yeah, I figured. I wonder if that
What are you talking
MGG.
about? Truck routes for 15?
Well, I'm level 22 is why. I did grinding for like 4 days straight in here doing trucking on my own so that I could buy drivers and trucks. And in doing that, I got to level 22. And so now I can, I put the skill points on distance first so that I can take the longer routes. Then you want to put it on like valuable cargo and type of cargo so that you can take the flammable liquids and stuff. And once you get that, you can take routes that they say they pay like 14.9, but if you get it there in 100%, it actually pays like 17.5. So you make 3,000 more than you thought you would.
Shit, we're talking about like delivery jobs or something?
Yeah, have you not done driving the trucks yet?
No, the only thing I've drove is the packages. That's about the only thing I've ever done.
Oh, the Go Postal thing?
Yeah, the like UPS looking stuff.
Nah, okay, hold on, give me a second.
That and this tow in here, that's about the only 2 things I've done.
Look down in the southeast portion of the map. Do you see where 18 is? Put a mark there and meet me there. Man, it's no wonder he's living day to day. Without the truck income coming in constantly, I'd be struggling my butt off. I still am, kind of, but I've bought a lot of stuff. But yeah, without that income coming in, we gotta help this guy out. We gotta help this guy out. coughing on me. Your nasty self. Your germs. Germaphobe. That's how you hook it around the curve.
Hey, Wyatt.
Roger. Damn.
I got a couple vehicles over here if you want one of them, 505.
We'll mark it. I'm down at trucking now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, waiting on you to come meet me. I'll show you how to do this.
Alright, what's the postal on that?
18.
On my way.
We'll teach him the shortcuts later, although without the hitting the wall part. We're gonna fix my truck when we get up there. I no see nothing, you no see nothing either. Nothing happened. I no scratch nothing. Truck will like that when I pull it out. Welcome to whoever joined. Sorry, girl. Whack the wall. Whack the wall good. We're gonna try it this way first. Yeah, that did it. Get her all purdied up. Oops. Anytime, Rep. Got me loafing. God, good thing we get paid by the hour. $5.05 is what he had said. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that because I will forgot it. $5.05 will be up in here, so right there. Right. So now we are marked. If he'll ever come on. He's probably doing those too. I was like that my first couple of days. I was towing NPC, like especially the first day. I filled out a form for every single NPC car that I carried. Do you understand how tedious each tow that we do is with paperwork? And come to find out, because we don't get any actual money for it for the NPC cars, we don't need to do the forms for them. So I had done like 18 of them or something that day, just NPCs. He's like, yeah, you ain't got to do that, bro. I was like, what? What? Shut up. What do you mean I don't have to do that? No, that's actually great because now it's... Oh, that brought my health back. Excuse me, I have a chair stuck to my butt.
I done an oil rig out here at a different city before, I think.
You can do the oil rig job here too. It's just in a different spot than my other city as well.
It takes a long time though when it's just yourself.
Well, maybe we'll do that or something sometime because I went to do it myself too, and I got bored just loading the shipping containers at the very beginning. I was like, fuck this.
Oh, that's not the hard part, dude. If you've done it at the, did you complete it?
Negative.
Oh yeah, at the end, dude. The end is the hard part. You have to load barrels and stuff. It's crazy.
Roger that. Yeah, come up here to this door. On foot, that is. Just give that laptop a third eye. The very top ones on the left that look like a broken trailer, that's what you'll have to do at first. You use their truck and their trailers. They're not going to pay that good because you're pretty low on rank, so they're going to be like 2,000, 3,000, something like that. But very quickly, especially the very first 10 ranks or so, if you just start grinding these routes out, dude, and take the biggest money one you can in the furthest distance each time, you'll rank up so quick you won't believe it. In the other city I was in, I did this for 2.5 months and I'm not even level 2. Like I said, in here, in 4.5 days, I'm level 22.
So I'm looking into the system here. It kind of confusing a little bit. Navigate me through it when I open it up, because I can't really talk to you when I'm doing it.
You can if you use your regular talk key. Do you hear me?
Oh yeah, 10-4.
All right, so up at the top left or on the left side, you've got the little icon as your, you know, profile or whatever at the very top left. The very next thing beneath that looks like a trailer and the tongue's kind of tilted down. Those are the jobs you want to take. The one below that, yeah, the one below that is if you own your own truck. I do own my own truck too, and you can take those jobs pulling with your truck pulling their trailers.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. And those are really the only things you'll need to worry about for now until you get about a good 10 or 12 routes under you. And then the one, two, three, fourth thing down, the little metal looking thing with the star on it, that's where you put your skill points. And like, each time you rank up, you're going to get a skill point, or maybe it's 2 for the first 10. But like I said, when you click on that little metal thing, you want to put your skills on distance first. You want to fill that distance all the way up with 6 dots. And then I did product type, which is right above it. And then I did valuable cargo right below it. And by doing that, it gives you the best routes. And like I said, my routes pay like 14 to 17,000 per route.
It seems like you would want to do the valuable cargo before the product type. I don't know. It just seems that way, right?
Nah, do the product type first because it'll let you take the flammable liquid ones and they pay better.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've got 6, all 6 on distance are filled. Then I filled all 6 on product type, and then I've got 4 of 6 on valuable cargo.
And you said you done that in about 4 days, right?
Yep. And I've got 5 of 6 on fragile cargo, and then I wish I wouldn't have put any on time delivery, but I've got 1 on time delivery. Don't even worry about it.
You can buy your own vehicles here too.
What's that? What'd you say?
You can buy your own vehicles here too.
Yeah, that's for when you hire the truckers. I've got 4 trucks that are driving and passively making money. Every time we get paid on the job, I'm getting paid at the same time by 4 truck drivers who are driving for me. Now, I will say in the other city where it took me longer to rank up, it's better on the hired drivers because I make 10 grand every 20 minutes there. I just now got to where I'm making about 3 grand every 20 minutes here. So it doesn't pay as well for the hired drivers, but easy passive money is easy passive money.
Oh yeah, dude, 3 grand every 20 minutes. Shit, you can't beat that. That ain't bad.
The only thing I got to do is come down here every now and then and refuel their trucks. I just did that when I first got here. I'm going to check it again now, but I know they haven't used anything.
How much does it cost to refill their truck?
Depends on, like, the closer they are to empty, the more it costs. But, like, they were missing about a quarter inch of a sliver when I came here this morning, and it was like $65, $30, $45, and $80, respectively for my 4 truckers. But I've come down here when they were like, only a quarter tank left, and it was like $560 some dollars, $600. So like I said, if you stay on top of it, it's not costing you as much to refuel the trucks, and they keep on going a lot longer. So,
If you had to guess, how long does a tank of fuel last a truck usually?
now on our personal trucks driving the routes, you can get about 4 or 5 routes out of the Joe built Phantom, which is what I have. But on the truckers that are driving for you, I've gone like, well, they only drive actively when you're in the city. But I've gone like 2.5, 3 days, or maybe 3.5 days before I remembered at first and went back down there, and they were still going and still had fuel, but it was close.
Okay, so 3 days is about the limit that you really want to push.
Yeah, so probably about 36, in city hours.
Okay, so so the shopping cart is how you buy drivers. Is that correct?
No, the shopping cart is where you buy the trucks.
Okay, and then how
After
do you
you've
buy
bought
the
the
drivers?
after you've bought the trucks, the little buddy icon with the plus sign is where you hire drivers.
Oh, I see. A recruitment agency. Okay.
And you want to go like all of my drivers cost 50,000 or more per year. You want to go with the highest paid drivers you can. The low ball ones, man, they make you chump change. You'll get mad because of how much money you invested in trucks and drivers, and then all of a sudden it comes through and it's like they made you $35, $48. It's like, what? That don't even cover gas.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah, like I said, every little thing that you can do to earn passive income, I keep my head low, man, and I work a honest living in this city. I haven't really had to turn to crime yet.
Yeah, yeah, same here. I haven't had a turn to crime for nothing yet. It just, hell, the towing's been keeping me afloat, honestly. I've just been doing that and squeaking by.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you been hunting yet?
No, man, I ain't even got a gun, dude. I don't even got a gun. They turned me down up there.
For the firearm license?
Yeah, yeah, they sent me
You need to try
a
again.
message.
They got rid. You said you've been here a month. They got rid of a bunch of bad apples about 2 weeks ago, and there's someone down there named Aurora Shores is the lady's name, and she's the one that reviewed mine and passed it. And then a friend of mine joined the city over the weekend, and he got his done in the same day. It took him 3 days to pass mine.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a weekend or something. I ended up putting it in, and then when I flew back into the city, man, I got a text message said you were denied. I was like, what?
That don't make no. Did you have a record of it? Well, no. You said you haven't had to do anything.
No, man, I'm good. I'm clear, dude. I ain't been in the city just a month or so.
That's what they said to me. They said, your record is squeaky clean. He said, you don't even have a traffic violation. I was like, nope.
Hallie Salone was the firearms division person.
Yeah, I would try
Reviewed my
again. I
application.
haven't even heard that name. I doubt they're even here anymore. But listen, you don't need a firearms license for the hunting anyway. You have to buy a hunting rifle at the hunting store, which is on the west coast right by Hunting Zone 1. Now, that's another easy and fun passive. Well, it's not passive because you're grinding it, but you
Right,
go,
you gotta do it, yeah.
yeah, you go buy the gun and bullets, and you go in the hunting zone. Well, and you buy the animal tracker too, because when you get into the hunting zone, the animal tracker makes them show up as little red dots on your mini map, so you know exactly where the deer are. I like that in this city, when you aim that sight, if put it this way, there is no too far on a shot. If you can see the deer and it rendered, and the little reticle turns red, squeeze the trigger, because it'll die right there. Now, the reason I
Shit,
told
yeah.
you about hunting is because there's a butcher. After you kill each deer, put it this way, I bought 25 bullets, shot 25 deer. That gave me 133 pieces of meat. The butcher pays $145 per piece of meat. So it was about 17.9, something like that, just for walking around for 20 minutes having fun shooting deer.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Yeah, what more could a country boy ask for?
Yeah, exactly. Shit, I like to do that shit anyway.
Same here. The only thing I don't like in this city is the fishing. In the other city, I'm level 5, and when you get to level 5, I'm sure it's like that here too. It just seems to be hard to rank up in levels. But in level 5 in the other city, I own a boat. You don't even have to hold the rod and catch the fish individually. You just drive your boat, drop a net, and you're catching like 8 to 12 fish at a time. I'd like to
That
get.
should seem that would seem fun too, as far as driving the boat around. You know, that'd be
Yeah,
all
I
right.
mean, you would think the fishing part is too, but the way they make you fish in here with the rod is annoying to me.
Yeah, yeah. I've had more of a Western city kind of outlook on the fishing. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, I got you exactly. That's a much better fishing experience. I've done the same when I was out west for a while on a horseback.
Oh yeah, yeah. That shit was fun, man. I like it still. It just it gets you can do more stuff in the city. You know.
Yeah, I couldn't find anybody to hang out with, or anybody worthwhile anyway to hang out with out west. But a couple of my
That's me,
friends
man.
joined a couple times, but they weren't around fluent enough to make it any fun.
Same here. And it was just like, all right, I'm by myself, and then you go find some stuff to do for an hour or so, and then then you're bored.
Yeah, but that is the one thing about that area, though. Before they built cities out there, uh, I didn't really get bored because you can just pretty much never-endingly hunt and fish in there. Even if you don't get into anything else, the hunting in that area is just awesome. And I kind of like when the wolves attack. That adrenaline rush. I'm sitting there talking with my daggone radio. What a noob.
Oh, you're good, man.
Yeah,
You're
you
good.
couldn't hear anything because I still had the menu up. I was saying, yeah, I still like the fishing out west definitely way better, and I didn't get bored too much because if there wasn't any like trouble to get into per se, I never got tired of hunting in there.
Yeah, yeah. The hunting wagons, man, and shoot, even the bounties is kind of fun, you know. But
Absolutely.
you do it by yourself, man. It just it weighs on you after a little while.
I'm gonna tell you what. There's one mission out of camp that just me and one other buddy tried to take. Man, you need everybody. You need all 6 or 8, however many you're allowed to have in a posse. I forget, but you got to break somebody out of a prison cart, and it starts out there's 30 guys. You kill them, then there's 30 more. You kill them, and then there was 45 came. And I was like, whoa! And we ran out of ammo, man.
I was gonna say running out of bullets is what that sounds like.
Yeah, that's what happens. You can't carry enough ammo. You need 6 or 8 people just to have enough ammo to take on that many guys. I think that's the way that mission is designed.
What what out west world do you go to?
None in particular.
Oh, okay, because I had never heard of that mission. That's why I was wondering.
It's one of the ones out of the barrel in the camp.
Oh, okay, okay, I got you. Yeah, see, man, there's so much to learn on there too. Like, man, I've been off and on that for at least a year. But man, I learn something new just all the time.
Same here. I feel I played for not quite a year, probably 6 or 8 months though, but I still feel like I know nothing like Jon Snow.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy though, 'cause all the time, man, you're upgrading your guns and you're changing your outfits and you're buying a horse and a wagon.
Nah, I already did all. I own all the horses I can. I picked the outfits I want and upgraded all my guns to what I want. I don't even fool with any of that anymore. I've got all the collector pistols from where you go after the outlaws too. You got those?
No, no, no. I just it's more of the red M kind of thing for me.
Roger. Yeah,
Yeah,
some of the
I ain't even done that, but people say I got a few buddies that say it's best. That's probably the best story mode there is.
it's the best one I've ever played. I'll tell you what, it'll hit you right in the feels too at the end of Arthur's story.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to sit down and try it and give it a go. But the other one, yeah, the red M way is the way I've been going. Man, it's fun though. That right there is fun too. If
Oh,
you
see, I
tried
didn't
it.
even know there was a mod for it.
Oh yeah, man. Shit, you're missing out, dude. You gotta give it. It's just like this. Honestly, it goes hand in hand.
Oh, so you start out with nothing. You can't bring what you had online.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. You start off with nothing. Well, you don't start off with nothing. I guess it just depends on like what city kind of thing you would go into. Which world you go into as far as the
Get
name
little
of it.
starter packs.
Yeah, yeah. They give you like $500, man, which is enough to like buy you a horse, a Morgan, and then you get you a gun. You get you like a repeater or something, some ammo, and then you're on your way hunting and going on your own expedition, figuring out what you want to do and how to make money.
Roger,
See,
Roger.
that's where the fishing comes in handy over there because you can just relax, chill back, do some fishing, and man, it's like in in like 10 minutes, it's like $80 on there.
Yeah, that's
So
good
you
money.
can make like $80 in 5 minutes because there's a cooldown. You can only cast a net so much for every 5 minutes, but dude, it's fucking worth it because you can, like I said, you can just be chilling and do your thing. $80 every about 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
Man, they
give
should
or
take.
take. Give or take $10. But sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes you're looking at like 115, 120.
They should take that poster down. That's a little bit stale at this point.
Yeah, it definitely is. I can't believe they put it right here. Like,
Oh, you
damn.
should have seen last week. Somebody had come down and put a message over top. It said, uh, dang, something about snitches, and then it said, fuck Maverick. And I'm like, dang, somebody's in their feels.
Yeah, somebody getting pissed.
Oh, it said snitch wedding, fuck Maverick or something. And we were, for like 3 or 4 days that was up on the wall over top of that poster. We were like, what?
I didn't even see that poster, dude. I'm surprised. Like it's right there. Like why would somebody put it right there?
It was just advertising for that wedding. It was all over the emails and stuff too. I was like, bleh.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that. But
I
damn,
don't
man,
know
putting
any of
those
those people. I
posters
don't
like
need to
right
go.
here. Yeah.
I can't believe we've been down here all this time. We ain't had a single call.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing that gets me. That's why I kind of just like if I get a call, I'll run back. I keep the backpack. Throw the
Yeah, the
outfit on
clothing
and go
bag.
do the call and then come back. But usually the police don't really call too much, man. Not this early. Of course, it ain't as busy as it is, around noon or so probably.
Yeah, there's still definitely a couple cops on because I see store robbery and house robberies available. So that means at least one, I think, or maybe two is on.
Yeah, I've never done any of that shit neither. Don't even know anything about it.
Nope.
But I did find a damn like a meth thing, and the dude chased me with a knife, dude. Earlier, it was like yesterday. I got on and it was like meth lab kit or something. I was like, what the fuck? So I stopped and looked, and it picked it up, put it in my inventory, and I looked around, and there was this dude chasing me with a knife. I got on my fucking bike and left. I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So I stowed that away until I could figure out what the fuck that might have that can be profitable. But shit, dude, it seems like the trucks here is gonna be the way to go.
Yeah, it's a good passive income. Like I said, they're just, as long as you're in city, they're making you money.
I wonder how much it's gonna take to get started on like having your own truck driver, like just buying one.
Well, it's, like I said, I had to grind for 4 days. What I did was I grinded and bought my truck first from the truck dealer. And then I found out you don't even need to do that, man. Just focus on buying the trucks here and the drivers, because I found out you can go in where your trucks are here and click spawn truck, and you can use one of those trucks to drive the mission. So I didn't need to buy a truck. I've got 5 trucks and only really needed 4.
Yeah, so just do everything here as far as buying the drivers and the trucks. How much you say the drivers were? 95,000.
Nah, you want to try to get ones that are 50,000 or better, or 49's okay, but just don't hire the 30,000s, and early low 40,000s. They ain't worth a fart.
Right, right. I'm trying to.
But
Get
you
that
got to buy the trucks
maximum
first.
amount of
So
income. Yeah. I mean, I can buy a truck. That ain't no problem. I just thought about maybe if I go ahead and buy one truck and then buy a driver.
let me look at these trucks again, because I'll tell you which ones. The heavy line runner or whatever, that slow old cab over, just don't. All
Yeah,
right,
I'm assuming.
I
I'm
would.
assuming I would come back here to do the filling up and all that, right?
Yeah, you just come back, and where it shows the 3 guys where it says drivers, you click on that and it shows their fuel level, what truck of yours that they're driving, yada yada, and then you just click on the 3 dots on the right and say refuel truck, and you have the option to fire a driver also. Because I didn't know you wanted the best drivers at first, and I got one that was like 36,000 a year, and he wasn't worth a fart. So you go in and you fire him, and then go hire another one around 50K, and now you've got 4 drivers that are like 50K a year. Like I got one that's 59K a year, and they just bring you a little bit better money. But look, you want to go for at least the Joe built Phantom when you purchase these trucks. That's 130,000 per truck. So you're talking 520,000 just in your 4 trucks, and
Oh,
then
so you
around
can't just
200 for
work your
drive.
way up and do one to start with,
Yeah, you can.
right?
Yeah, for sure. That's the way I did it. Was just work my way up. Bought one truck, bought a driver, let him drive, grinded some more routes while he was doing that. Bought the next truck and a driver until I had the 4. In the other city I'm in, you can have 5 drivers in trucks, but this one you can only have 4. Now, eventually, I'm grinding to where all of my drivers have the Joe Built Phantom Custom. It's 280,000 per truck though. So I've already got the drivers. I just need to replace one truck at a time with that $280,000 truck, because that brings like plus 12%. That's when you're making the money here with trucking.
Yeah, I believe I'm gonna go with to start with that 130, and then get that $50,000 driver and just let them do their thing, right?
Yep, yep. Yeah, the reason I tell you the Joe Built Phantom, the 130, is because anything below that is only plus 6, plus 4, or plus 2. The MTL Brocade that's just to the right of it, that's only plus 6. I bought that at first thinking, oh, well, that one's probably plus 8. No, it was plus 6, and the Joe Built's plus 8. So I was like, daggone it. So I went to resell it, had never even driven it, paid $160 for it, but they gave me 30. I was like, you sorry suckers. So definitely make sure you know what you want to buy before you buy it, because if you sell it right back, you're only getting like not even a third. It's a ripoff.
I'm thinking we're about to try it out right here.
The Joe built Phantom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Joe built Phantom with the 50K driver. Right, that puts me at 180 just to get started.
Yep. I'm glad you got that to cover it. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I've been grinding pretty good. I mean, but it's all been legal fun, you know.
Yep, yep.
A month of working for it, but I'm about to dose it in here. I hope it fucking pays off the investment.
Well, like I said, it's going to seem insulting at first because it'll be like $293, and then the next one will be like 500. The best mine bring is like around 1,000 each, but they've never done that each. It's usually around 3,000 or 3,100. All four of them combined.
Right, right. So yeah, we're looking anywhere from 1,000 to 200 starting off here.
Well, yep, but that's the thing. Even like earlier this morning when I first came in, all four of them came in. It was like 253, 400 and something, 362. It was only about 1,200 that time from each of them. So I don't understand the randomness of that. Maybe they just took short routes or something, but then the very next one you'll be back around 3,000 again. So I still haven't found anybody that.
You're talking like every 20 minutes you're in city. You said, is that right?
Yeah, every time we would get paid for working the tow thing, it's about the same period between. Maybe it's 10 minutes more, so maybe it's every 30 minutes. But like I just got paid 1,700 before the tax. Let's see how long before my truckers come through. Although I think they came through about 5 minutes ago when we were standing here, so they might be 5 minutes ahead. And once you buy the truck and put the driver in it, because you'll have to do that after you buy the driver, you go to trucks, or no, you go to drivers, and then you click on where it says trucks, and you select the one you bought, and that puts him in it. So him, her, with Zims or whatever.
Right. Recruitment agency. Is it the recruitment agency or the drivers?
To hire the driver, it's recruitment. To manage your drivers, it's drivers.
Okay. Okay, so it's saying insufficient money in the company, deposit more.
Oh, when you're trying to buy the truck and driver?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you need to deposit the 180 into trucking. See the little bank icon right above
Yeah,
the
yeah,
X?
I see it. Yep.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know why it doesn't let you just use your card here. I forgot I had to go pull the freaking money. I'm trying to remember if there's an ATM down here. I mean, I know we got one at the shop, but I feel like there should be one here so that, we can't be the first ones to be like, I need cash.
Yeah, yeah, you just deposit it right in.
I don't see one though, so maybe not. Yeah, there ain't no ATM right here. You would think they would put one. Although it would be getting robbed all the time, probably.
So I see 54
$54,000
$1,000 driver, but
driver?
that's all I see. All the rest of them are kind of like 40. Well, some of them's a lot cheaper, but like 44,000 is one
Get
of
the
them.
54.
Okay, let me put some more money in here.
Yeah, that's a good one. My best is 59, so. And that's the only one that's that high. One of them's 49, the other one's like 50 and 52. So 54 is definitely a good one. Damn, maybe I ought to look.
All right, I hired. Now, okay, so I hired it. I got a truck. Now what?
Now where it says drivers with the three icons, click on that. And where it says select a
Yep.
truck, select your truck. And then now he's going to be
Fuel.
driving.
Something about fuel. Right now, I see a little fuel icon. So
Right, but
select the truck.
yeah, and then select the truck so that he's driving the one that you just bought. And then you're good to go, other than having to come back and refuel him.
Okay, and then that's the fuel gauge right there. I'll be able to come in here and see drivers and see the fuel gauge.
Yep, yep. And then the three little dots on the right is what you'll click if it needs fuel and say refuel truck. But right now it probably just says fire driver in red.
Yep, that's what it says. So he's out making money right now. Don't have to worry about it because I've done picked the truck. It says plus 8%, and then I have a fuel little icon and it's orange.
Yep, as long as it's full with orange, you're good to go.
Shit, yeah. All right. Well, I gotta quit hanging out with you because you're making me spend too much money.
Here I
Just
see
kidding.
one that's 52,000. I'm getting ready to fire mine and hire him, but I don't know if I got enough cash on me. I might have to go pull some cash for that. I have to figure out how you transfer, with your phone. I don't know why we can't do that.
Shit, I was able to do it right now. Like I just went to the bank, put in the money, boom, done. Like
Let me try.
just yeah.
That's under wallet, right?
Yeah, that's how you see how much you got. Yeah. I don't know as far as like transferring it over to that or anything, but all I did was just go straight to the bank icon in the computer here and then loaded, deposited how much I wanted. I put 200K in there, boom, it was in there. And I bought the truck and the driver.
Oh, well, let me try it that way.
Yeah, that's what I done. I just deposited it right in there.
Yeah. That gonna. Oops. Yeah, where's my 49,000? You fired! Wait a minute. So now my drivers are 52.6, 52.8, 59.5, and 52.9. Nice.
So I like when I fly back into the city, it automatically starts working for me, right? I don't have to come down here and make it to start off.
Correct. As long as you're in city,
Okay.
it's active.
Yeah, 'cause I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna forget about this shit down here, and then I'm gonna have to come down here, and this motherfucker's gonna cost me like $1,000 to refill.
Yeah, even so, you'll come down and you'll see how much is in there, and it'll be like 30 or 40,000. You'll be like, oh, no problem. Because when you refuel, it comes out of what's in trucking there.
Okay, so the money don't come straight to my bank account; it goes into this computer
Correct,
here.
correct. And then that's what the withdrawal money in the bank icon was for. You just come pull it as needed.
Oh, okay, and then I gotta go put it in the ATM. Yeah, I got you.
No,
Yes,
when
anyway.
you pull it, it automatically goes in your account.
Oh, okay, all right. I wonder if you just leave money in there, if it would just like refuel on its own. That would be great.
Nah, it doesn't. You definitely have to come refuel. I checked on that in the other city and here, but you definitely have to come refuel.
It would be great, wouldn't it? Like to be able just to fucking have letting it build on its own and just keep making money on its own.
Yeah, if they
Just
could
let the
find
drivers.
someone in the city that could write that legislature into effect, that would be cool.
Cause it's more like just like business fund right there. You would
Yeah, for
think.
sure.
But it gives us something to do, so that gives me something else to do now. That's why I done it. I was like, shit, it's not all about the money. It's about being able to do stuff. Is my thing. I like to run an errand.
Right. Yeah, I sent a message up to the boss last night asking, well, let me rephrase. I went to City Hall first to see, because I think you have to be granted mechanic rights in this city to be able to become a mechanic and make those kind of things and do upgrades and all that. So I went to City Hall since they said that they're taking requests and applications when they had that meeting, for new businesses and stuff like that. I just wanted to see what do I need to do, to get certified as a mechanic. And they said, well, there's too many mechanic shops. I'm like, well, I thought you wanted new people. They was like, yeah, but it's already clustered with that. But they said, I do think it's a good idea if you're a hook and book company, if you could talk to your bosses and see if they will grant you the mechanic right so that y'all have like a mobile repair service. And I didn't bother telling them that we already do, but I flipped it back around. I said, yeah, we were thinking of maybe like a fleet mechanic, so we can take care of all of our trucks. And they said, that's a great idea. So I put that message up to the boss last night, but all he responded was, are you still in the city? So I don't
Really?
know. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'd like to become a mechanic, man.
Yeah, I thought about the doctor situation, dude. Honestly, I don't know how boring that would be, but I don't know what the income would be for that either. That's
Probably
busy.
pretty good. I heard the cops where we make 1,700 every 20 minutes. I hear they make 7,000 every 20 minutes.
Yeah, but once you make that much money, then like what do you need after that?
Exactly.
Nothing.
That's why all their cop cars have had engine swaps and sound like they belong on a drag strip. It's like, really? That's not what my tax dollars paid for.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, in the other city I was in, it got so bad. The cops have 3 heat units now, and one of them is whatever the city's equivalent of a Nissan 390 GTR, and it's faster than the S Boost one in the missions, man. It's like that's not even fair because there's no way to get away from that cop. It got so corrupt over there, I just left that city and came here. So that's horrible. I had to move.
Yeah. It seems like there's a lot of fucking gangs around here, though. That's the part I'm not too fond with. Is like there's so many gangs.
Well,
And it's
buddy,
like
I
all
had
you
my
see is
own tow
people
truck.
asking you what gang you're in.
I had my own tow truck, a nice big semi flatbed in the other city, and I went to Tequila La, and one of them gangs stole my shoes. So for retaliation, I backed up to their locked gate and dropped a ugly green station wagon right through it, and they shot my truck up. And the gang leader was like, "Don't ever do it again." And I was like, "Okay." So later that evening, I came by and dropped another subtle message. It was a big hearse right in front of their gate. So I'm probably wanted in that city if I ever go back there. Steal my
Shit,
shoes,
man. I
motherfucker.
appreciate you showing me that, though. That's fucking awesome. Hey, another question that I have yet to figure out is what do I flex to turn my fucking voice down?
F11 until it says one of three. You mean so people don't hear you as far away?
Yeah, yeah, because I'm on 3 or 3 right now.
Yeah, they can hear you like for a half mile.
It's not working, though.
Yeah, press it again.
You said F11, right?
That's what it is for me.
Yeah, that's not working.
Yeah, if I press it once, it goes from when I come in, it's default 2 of 3. When I press it once, it goes 3 of 3. When I press it again, it goes 1 of 3, and then 2 of 3. Et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, I figured it out. Okay, I got it.
Yours a different one?
Yeah, yeah, it's a fucking weird one.
Oh, that's
And it's
weird.
crazy too because it goes with my radio. So I'm
Oh yeah, so each time you're pressing to use the radio, you're turning it back up.
Yeah, so I'm like eventually screaming on the radio to you.
Yeah, you need to figure out what you mapped to F11 and make that something else, because by default it's supposed to be your F11 muscle.
Yeah, yeah. I, I I just changed my radio and my in game, but evidently this I don't know. I'll fix it. Fuck it. It works. I figured it out though. I was like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, I've come to figure out there's just not enough muscles on a keyboard for all the things in this city, man.
I know it's crazy, dude. It is. It is overwhelming. When I first started, I was like, damn, this shit ain't nothing like out west. I said, but then once you settle down and don't get overwhelmed with it, it kind of is the same. It's just a couple of things that are different.
Right, I've come to find out that the out west one, because it's a little newer, even though out west was older in history. Anyway, that it's actually even more complex than this. I just don't know any of the scripts to type in to do the stuff there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I guess that's where I started, so it just seems easier, you know. And people over there were a little bit like I was in another city earlier today, and I was like, "Yo, where do you find where's the best place to find food?" Because everything was closed, man. I couldn't find food nowhere, and I was like low, real low. Like I ended up passing out and had to wake up in the hospital. But they were like, "Get a job," and pulled out. I was like, "Fuck, man."
Yeah, nice folks.
Yeah, real nice fucking folks. Of course, they wasn't, on the list or nothing. It wasn't a list city, so I guess that's what you expect.
Yeah, no
But it is
doubt.
fun. And it's always fucking popping.
Well, you
Every
ever
day there's
met that
shit going on.
asshole guy in the city named Benny?
No, I ain't. Nope. I
I
haven't
don't
met
know
him.
if I think he's the Benny that owns Benny's Garage, but look, the other day I got a tow call from a lady. Her motorcycle was underwater, dude. She went off a bridge and it went in this canal. And I was like, yeah, I can try to get it for you. So I dove down there. I very quickly impounded it. But while I was down there, I saw this red sports car with white stripes like 10 feet from it. I was like, I come back up and I said, your car's at the lot. I said, but you wouldn't believe this. There's a sports car down there not 10 feet from where your bike was. She's like, really? And all of a sudden, this guy comes rolling up. He goes, how do you know about that? I said, how do I know about what? He said, the sports car down there. I said, well, how do you know that I know about that? That was before I realized my voice was on 3 of 3 when that was explained to me. But anyway, he said, yeah, somebody stole my car and put it in there. I said, well, whoa, 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 slow your roll. I said, I work for Hook and Book. That girl right there just called me to get her bike out, and you can ask her. You heard me tell her that while I was getting her bike, I saw a sports car. He said, well, can you get it? I said, yeah. So I go to dive, and right when I impound it, dude, I ran out of breath and was floating in the water. Well, I call the ambulance. They come get me out the water. When I get back up there, that asshole ain't even there. But that girl was with the motorcycle. She didn't have to wait. I'd already gotten her bike. She waited the whole time until they revived me, and she was like, well, the ambulance in the city is kind of messed up. I was going to make sure that he actually got you, because if he didn't, I was going to carry you to the hospital. Now, that's the difference in character between just two people in this city. The dude who I got the thing for, he didn't even wait around. He took off. But the chick that I got the bike for, she was going to take me to the hospital.
See, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
Benny
hopefully
guy's
it
an
goes well
asshole.
as far as that. It's just that everybody seems to be on the same time frame, so there's not very many people in the city.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a night owl, I'm fucking.
Well, normally me too, man, but let's put it this way. In real life, I deliver smiles for a living, if you know what I mean. I do what's called flex routes, and I deliver out of my car. But having a flexible schedule like that, sometimes I'm home early in the morning and bored, so that's why I'm on.
Yeah, yeah. I work for a company, and I work night shift, so I'm I'm night owl, and what I work one week, I'm off the next, so I work half a year. But the kicker is like I might work 2 days, or I might work 3 days, and then I work every other weekend. But the thing is, like on the days that I'm off, I try to stay on schedule. So sleeping during the
Yeah,
day
you
and
got
staying
to.
up all night, I gotta figure something out, on what to do. And this right here helps me out to
Yeah,
stay
for
on
sure, man.
schedule. It just yeah, trying to stay entertained and figure stuff out, that's been
I
been
did
pretty
that
good.
stuff for many years, bro. I'm 54, so. But yeah, I did what you're doing right now. I did that for many years on the third shift.
Yeah, yeah, it's I mean, pays good and everything. Yeah, I'm 33, so I mean, it's I've been off and on same company for 11 years. So I mean, just working my way up and uh, better money for the third shift, so I stuck with it. You know.
Roger that.
Yeah, it pays a little better being on the third shift, but nobody wants to do it.
Heck
But
no, nobody wants to work all night.
I mean, I honestly don't mind it as long as I can stay on schedule. That's the main
Right.
thing.
Once you get your body attuned to it, your body don't know that it's nighttime and you know that you're sleeping in day as long as you got it dark in your house. Like I said, I did it for many years. Once you're on schedule, you're on schedule.
Yeah, yeah, that's me. It just fucking once you get off schedule, it's hard to get back on.
Oh, you ain't lying.
Yeah, see, I got a couple more hours and then I'll be fucking hitting the hay because I got to work tonight. So I'm just trying to stay up for as long as I can before I go in. You know.
Yeah, that way you get a good sleep like you should.
Oh yeah, yeah. That way I ain't tired trying to drive home in the morning. That's the thing.
Now you making me tired
That's
all
the
this
part
talking.
I hate the most. Is like if you're tired driving home, dude, that's dangerous, and I hate it. It pisses me off so bad because I don't get a good night's sleep or a good day's sleep or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
If you look on the mini map or even the map over to the east, southeast, you'll see that blue icon with the anchor. That's the oil rig job here.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that again,
Nah,
especially
I
by
don't blame
myself. That's too much. Yeah, way too much. But the hunting seems fun. This right here is gonna be a good investment for me. I feel like it's just gonna take a little time for it to pay back what I've done put in. But that's why they call it an investment, you know.
you. Yes, indeed. Oh, one last thing I need to tell you about the hunting. That is a pain in the butt when you're buying bullets. I don't know why, but you have to select one bullet, and you'll notice there's only one in the inventory at the store each time. So you buy it, walk away from the counter, walk right back. Buy it. You have to do that for each bullet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt buying bullets, but if you got the patience, I usually do 25. I'll buy one, walk away 25 times till I get 25 bullets. You go shoot 25 deer, that's at least 130 pieces of meat at $145 each. And takes about 20 minutes to do.
Shit, yeah, and then you just go like walk up in the woods and go find one with your
Yeah, it's
anchor.
basically on these hillsides and it's mostly clear. There's hardly any trees. The terrain's a little rough in spots, so you gotta be careful. I fell off one of the mountains and had to. I couldn't even believe the fake ambulance, if you will, was able to not only find me but get where I was. But he got there and got me up. I went right back hunting.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's easy, man. Very easy money. Now the big thing you need to worry about is stay close to your vehicle, because you know how it says vehicles will be deleted in 5 minutes. I was up there for
Yeah.
20 minutes, so I was far enough away from my motorcycle that it despawned all the way back to trucking, and I was clear up there in the hunting. That's the only time I've done criminal stuff. I had to borrow a local's car. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Oh no, I was just listening to.
Oh, got you. Yeah, I borrowed a local's car to get back to my bike at trucking that time, but other than that, I don't really do too much to get in trouble. Not that I wouldn't. Like I said, I get bored and I'm kind of looking for stuff to do too. I just don't actively try to get in trouble.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's me. I see people running around, running from the cops all the time. I'm just like, yeah, that don't even seem appealing to me.
Nah, nor the charges that come with it.
Right, right.
But seriously,
Yeah.
you should reapply for your firearms license, because one of the things they addressed in that town meeting was that they're aware that the cops have been given kind of bogus charges on people too. Like one of the guys that works with us, yes, he had a class 1 weapon on him, but no, the cop had no right to search him at all. The cop just randomly came up, told him that they got a call about people, you know, doing something in the area, and searched him, and they found the class 1 weapon on him, and now he can't have a firearms license. So he's definitely another one that, you know, they abused their power a little bit, and you can get that expunged from your record and get a clean record again, they said.
Yeah, you probably gotta like hire a lawyer or something. I'd say, right? Like,
Well, I think right now, before the court system starts, now's the time to do it because they're just actively doing that for people. That's another reason you see that things are quiet. Everybody's on their best behavior because they're trying to get their records expunged because there's the mayor position. Somebody like you or I that don't have anything on our record, we could probably go run for that mayor position and get it right now because that's what they're looking for. But all these criminals that have felonies and misdemeanors, they're trying to be good for the next 2 weeks because they said they're going to expunge people's records. So they're trying to keep their nose clean because everybody wants to be the freaking mayor. I do not.
yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that stage right now. Like,
Yeah, I'm definitely not because I don't have the patience for half of these people. It's like, you go to jail, you go to jail, you go to jail. Clean these streets up. And then that kind of defeats the purpose of the city because it is called grand theft. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, yeah, you gotta be a little bit lenient with them, but
Yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure.
if I'd want that aggravation, and plus, with my schedule, man, it's gonna be hard to be
Yeah, to be
busy.
active when they'd probably need you to be.
Now, if there was a third shift position, it probably wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I thought about the doctor thing, because there's never a doctor on at night, so or EMS or whatever. So
You should do it.
that would help. You know what I mean?
I mean,
But
there's only certain people that would have that kind of interest anyway, and you would almost have to want to do that job. So if you have that, they're looking for it, so you should probably do it.
yeah, I would have to learn. You know what I mean? I would have to learn a little bit more before I get to that stage.
Nah,
But
dude, they'll train you. I've got a friend in this city. He don't even play, and he's the one that got me over here. And now he doesn't even play in this city. But anyway, he did the EMS thing. He did. It took like 2 or 3 days of training. And if they'll hire that doofus, they will definitely hire you, because he's a doofus.
oh, I'm guarantee I'm green. I'm real green too. So it's
Oh, it ain't about being green. He was green too, but he's also a doofus. So I mean, he's just a goofball. And if they'll hire his goofy ass, I guarantee you, you'll be fine.
yeah, that's been the thought process. I just don't know about, like, I've tried the whole flying thing with the helicopter dude, and I am not good at that at all.
Oh, I'm actually real good with that, and I only use a controller, if you will, for driving and flying. Everything else is
Oh shit, really? Yeah, I'm straight M and K on everything.
all nice. I don't aim well quick enough. This 86,000 DPI mouse is much quicker for me on aiming.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got one of them too for other worlds, but yeah, for this and out west and stuff like that, man. I find it more relaxing using this.
Yeah, well, that's kind of tailored with the controller to where it automatically, when you go to aim, goes to head level, and it doesn't auto aim, but you know what I mean. It snaps.
Oh, it does. Yeah, I haven't even tried it.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was playing with my controller out west, that when you squeeze the trigger to pull your weapon up, it automatically goes to head height. It's not aiming at the person's head, but you're at that height. Anyway,
Yeah, I have to look at that. Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, I didn't even mean to do it. I squeezed the trigger to aim, and it automatically comes up. You'll notice the head level, usually. Man, are they running into our trucks? Or is that somebody just pulled up? Oh,
Hello.
what's up? No, there ain't nothing scary about that at all. A woman comes up, hello. What the fuck? Make sure my mic's on 1 of 3.
Yeah, mine goes 2 or 3. As soon as I press it.
I was gonna say, nah, there ain't nothing scary about that at all. A lady that gets out and it's like, hello. Mommy. Yeah, I'm sure you noticed I pimped out my rig here. Oh, Lord. Careful.
Damn, it's getting busy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to head back up to the city. It's starting to get crowded at trucking.
Yeah, same. I haven't seen the money come through yet, though.
Oh, it will. I love how with your yellows on the NPCs just pull over or stop.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they treat you as if you're cops or fire or ambulance or something. I usually roll with them all. Cops don't know if we're on a call or not.
That's true.
I'm
Seems
slow.
like it.
I was saying I'm slowing down so that you see the quickest way back up here.
Yeah, that truck's definitely faster than this one.
Oh, I did full upgrades on it. I've already got a diesel engine to do the engine swap too. I'm just waiting on James to come back online.
Oh, yeah, she's stock over here.
Yeah, you should definitely at least do the 4 upgrades, and then you want to focus on what they call the Lucky 3, the ceramic brakes, the turbo, and the slicks. The slicks are the expensive thing. They're 60,000.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna grab something to eat and then kick it back in the city for a little while longer, but I probably won't be around a whole lot longer.
Did your trucking just pay? Mine did.
No, I ain't seen nothing.
That time it was 654, 373, 731, and 763. So that's not
Oh,
bad.
yep, 877.
Oh shoot, that's a good one, bro. For a very first one, that's good.
Shit, I didn't know it was gonna be in the top right of my eyes. I thought it was gonna be down there at the bottom left, like the others.
Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention that too. But shoot, that's a good first round. I can't believe that it was 800 and something.
Yeah, I better keep them up, dude.
Yeah, that $54,000 driver was the ticket right there, and being in the +8 truck. Like I said, eventually you want to get to the +12 though with that Joe built Phantom Custom. But that's gonna take some
How much
grind.
was that truck? I didn't even look.
It was 285 or 280,000. It's a lot,
Oh yeah, yeah, a whole lot more.
but it brings a lot more money each time, and times 4, it's gonna bring good money.
Yeah, that may be the next thing I invest in. Save up and invest in for that one. Let them make their own money, you know?
Right. Yeah, if I'd had the patience, I'd have grinded for the custom on each driver. I just wanted to get 4 good trucks and 4 good drivers and let them earn the money to upgrade. Because in about 4 or 5 days, you'll have over 100K in trucking. With 4 drivers, that is.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably looking at about a quarter of that, you know?
Yep. But even so, that's passive money being earned as long as you're in the city.
And remembering to fill it back up.
Well, once you get used to it popping up saying that, you got paid, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I need to go check that.
Right, yeah, exactly. Probably every couple days, you know?
Yep.
Depending on how long I'm in city for.
Yeah, I've already done all the
I like to
legwork.
bounce around.
I've already done all the legwork for you. I was all anal and like going down checking it every couple hours, and that's how I figured out. Yeah, you don't have to do it that often.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if they're making money like that for you, you're like, damn, I want to keep him going.
Yep. And I did it just to experiment. You know, does it pay better if you keep them topped off? And it doesn't seem to make a difference either way.
Yeah, yeah. You've definitely done the legwork on it.
Well, I'm weird like that. I like figuring things out and figuring out all the little nuances of it, but there doesn't seem to be any extras with that. It is what it is.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to go to the casino's my thing every day.
That's funny you said that. They showed me that the other day, and I did it 2 days in a row, and I haven't been since because I forgot. I totally forgot about the casino spin. Daggone it.
Yeah, man, I try to make that like a first priority when I come in, but I never get to do that. It's like I'm always wanting to look at something else or figure something else out because a lot of the stuff, man, I've been trying to figure out as far as like selling.
Well, hey, when you're ready to do the upgrades on your truck, I'll show you a cheaper way to do that too.
Okay, yeah.
You can buy all the upgrades from a crate up where that red wrench is up near Polito, and then take them. Like we have a mechanic here in our fleet named James Anderson, and if you catch, I'm surprised he's not on now, but if you catch him online, you just come to him with your vehicle and the parts, give him the parts, and he'll put them on right there and doesn't charge anything.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
I,
I haven't seen that guy yet. The only ones I've seen is Chris, Cat, and Caitlin, I think.
yeah, you must be playing with people later than when I'm on because I haven't heard of any of them.
Yeah, managers and stuff like is what
We
one of
have
them is,
managers.
or two of them. Yeah, or was anyways. I don't know about now because, like I said,
I've met Bobby and uh, Big Dog, which is I forget what his name is, but anyway, the two bosses. I've never seen the receptionist that we allegedly have, and the only other two people I've seen that I worked with was that Stormhawk guy and James Anderson. Now I did see a guy yesterday named Chad pop on, and I was like, well, he must work here because he got on our radio channel, but he was gone less than 2 minutes later. So
yeah, it's usually 2 a.m., 3 a.m. when I'm seeing these people on, but they're usually hopping off when I'm, flying out whenever I'm flying in most of the time.
Roger that. Shoot, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm looking at my eyelids for leaks and cracks.
Yeah, yeah. Usually I'm around then and until like now. Usually, like that. That's my whole time frame of being around. Most of the time is around 2 to 8 ish. Like I said, that would benefit the city as far as a doctor, though. I think it
Absolutely.
just because what few people do hang out at that time. There ain't never a doctor on.
Well, and to be honest, the one time I actually saw a doctor at the hospital when I had to go, he was so daggone goofy. I just wanted to get out of there.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It's
It just
like
I don't know what and all that job would how good it pays and what and all it you actually got to do as far
I've
as
heard that the government jobs pay good. No matter what it is, EMS, fire, police, actually government officials. That's another thing is I'm sure you saw on that wall it said bring order to the chaos, vote Lizzie, whatever it said down at trucking. Each district, they've divided the city up into like 8 or 12 districts, and each district you can run for the representative of that district, and anybody can. So there's those kind of jobs too, where you're the representative of you. And it doesn't, what's weird is you don't even have to live in the district that you're trying to run to represent. It's like that should be a requirement, in my opinion. Why would you be representing an area of the city that you don't even live in or
yeah, if
occupy?
you don't even like it, yeah.
But hopefully they'll iron all that out and be like, yeah, this doesn't make sense. We need to have people who live in these areas be the
Or hell,
representatives.
give them housing, say here's your
For
house.
sure.
If you if you're representing this. Here's a house for you. That'd make people want to do it, you know?
Back to the housing, you made me remember something I meant to say earlier. When you said that the houses were millions, they've also got this MGG Corporation, which is some, I guess, financial institution or lending. So I think you can probably go get a mortgage, if you will, from those people. But I just don't want to get on the hook like that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely don't want to do that, especially me, being in and out, in and out. Yeah, I don't want to do that either. No responsibilities is always best.
Yep, yep. If I can't pay cash for it, I don't need it yet.
Exactly. Because then you'll have some valuable things in there, and then they'll take it from you. You'll forget about it, and you'll be like, oh shit,
Oh,
what the
I
fuck?
guarantee you, yeah, if they foreclose everything there, gets sold.
Or something in the city changes, and then maybe they don't have the credit union then you're fucked. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad. I don't know if you knew yet, but over the past 3 days, Burger Shot is open now. It hasn't been open in this city since I came here until the last few days.
Really? Yeah, I haven't checked it out because it was closed last time I went there, but I haven't checked it out since.
I don't know if they're open now. I'm thinking about going and checking because I need to re up on food.
Shit, dude, they didn't show you inside.
Yeah, I just don't want to take from the till, man. Like I said, if I like to make my own way. But
Yeah, yeah. Usually though, like if say you're running low and you ain't got nothing on you, man. I didn't know if it was like emergency.
yeah, I've eaten a meal, like one sandwich and one drink from here. I just don't want to be constantly taking from it.
Right. Yeah. I think our bosses are pretty rich though. They're not. They put it in there for that reason.
I understand.
But yeah, I mean, I usually get a couple. That way, if I'm working, I got a couple on me, and I don't really have to, go sparing around doing other stuff just to, you know.
Well, I need to talk to him, like I said earlier, about somebody needs to make sure they lock that building when they leave because they were just talking about that. First of all, I saw the dude hop the gate over at Impound right beside here, and then they were talking. The boss was talking about how someone could do it here, and yet I come in again this morning and the house is unlocked. It's like, really, y'all? You got to do better.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And even if you put it in the email or something, people probably ain't even gonna fucking look at it. You know what I mean? Most
That's
of the
true.
time, anyways. I try to keep an eye on it for the most part as far as the email, but it's here nor there as far as that goes. Usually, if I come into the city, I'll look at it and see what's up. What's been updated as far as emails
Same
and
here.
stuff. Yeah. But I see new faces in there quite a bit, so that right there is probably a lot of it too. Because my training was not like excellent. It was here you go, there you go, you can do this. Go right around with Chris for a minute, and boom. All right, I'm gone. You're on your own. Try it out. See you. That's the way it worked. And then ever since then, I ain't really seen nobody else. So I've just been kind of doing my own thing.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. I mean, I did get a little bit better training, but right afterwards, it's like I feel like I'm the only one that's on duty and driving around. The other ones are here and they'll be on radio, but they're not even in. And I get it, they're out grinding too, but I don't know. I know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all good. It don't matter to me as far as that goes. If I want to come do it, I'll come do it. If not, I'm going to go do something else. Like, earlier I went to the bank and shit. I got to run my errands too, but shit, at the same time, I want to make a little bit of money. But then when I come back, I come back and get my vehicle and go out. It's not like, I'm just riding around for nothing and making money. I'm not abusing it as far as that goes. I'm sure it probably does, but they were talking about that shit too. And they talk about people being on call and stuff. But hell, most of the time, man, when there are a couple people on and they're kind of busy, the cops will request for a couple people only to come get their shit. So it kind of sucks as far as that goes. I've seen.
Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that either. We all work for this company.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. But I think some people that work here are also like worked for the PD as well, maybe with different, names or whatever. But yeah, and then they'll request from or whatever is what I've seen in the past, which is no big deal. I mean, shit, I'm just starting off. It don't make a fuck to me, but yeah, I can see how people that put their time in kind of shitty to them.
Yeah, for sure. That's the way I would take it too. Is like, look, I've been sitting there all freaking day, and but you want this guy and this guy only? Man, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right. And then hell, we don't get calls very often as it is.
Nah, it's been like super slow.
It's kind of free money though. At night for me, I ain't even gonna lie about it. I mean, I ain't gotta do shit. Just fucking ride around and look for cars that are parked illegally, pretty much.
Man, my first day here, I took the impound sheet literally when I got my training. I did like 18 sheets for NPC cars, and then the next morning I was like, I was told we do not do the impound sheets for locals. I was like, what? I did that and took screenshots of the license plate for all those, and I didn't have to.
Yeah, same. I done it for the first one. Then they showed me. They were like, "Nah, it's NPCs. It disappears. You're good. Don't worry
Yeah, and
about
we
it."
don't get paid for it, so there's no sense in going to that detail of it.
Yeah, yeah, but I will clean the streets up with them though, and I've noticed that's a lot of the only things I get at nighttime.
Yeah, anytime people leave stuff abandoned in the road, I stop and get rid of it too.
Yeah, especially the NBC stuff. Like that's usually the only stuff that I get as far as like, because there's not very many people in city when I'm around. Usually there's a few, but there's not that many, and most of them, they follow the
Shut
rules
up.
on parking and stuff. So it's harder for me.
I've noticed that you'll go for hours and it's boring because there's nothing, and then all of a sudden everybody calls at the same time. Like I had 4 people wanting their car out of impound, and one dude calling at the same time wanting me to come tow his car. I'm like, all right, I'm one person. Y'all gotta just relax.
See, I don't even know how to get shit out of impound. Yeah, that's
Oh,
where
you
my
don't?
training is. No, no idea on that.
All right, come here. Have you been through this gate?
Nope.
All right, you press the E and walk through this gate. And come over to this little building, and it'll say E, and you'll see the list of cars in there. Did they teach you how to invoice?
Yeah, yeah, they taught me that part. Yeah, on the back of the truck. Yeah, yeah, I've learned all that stuff as far as putting it in here, but taking them out, never.
Right, so you walk up to the door, it's going to say, yeah, E open impound. And then when the person's here to get their car, you invoice them the 5,000, and then you have them give you the last 4 of the license plate, and you just look at them in the list. Now, I've been running into a problem the last few days, like I said, where Southside has been towing vehicles and impounding them. We don't even have them here. And the problem with that is they're rarely in city. So they tow people and impound them, and then you can't get your car out. Some people were like, it's been over a week. And if you're talking, you'll have to use your regular talk while you're in menu.
Yeah, yeah. I was looking at that. Yeah, I seen the ones that we have in there. We keep talking about invoices, like as far as invoicing their money. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
All right, flex your F7 muscle.
Okay.
And then from there you'll do like create. I mean, don't actually do it, but well, I mean, you can click on it to create one. We just won't actually create it, but you'll click create invoice. And then for amount, you put 5,000, and then
Dude, I'm at like the Bitcoin thing when I press that.
It didn't bring up a billing menu with it.
No.
Maybe they forgot to give you that. That's weird. You said you've done invoicing though. How do you normally bring that up?
You talking about the back of the truck? Like when I bring a vehicle in, that's what I'm calling an invoice, like putting it in storage pretty much.
Oh no, there's actually like an invoice to, and that's what goes into the accounting. It goes onto a spreadsheet for each one that we do, and that way they keep track. you know, what we've towed, what we've made, yada yada. And again, this is only for actual citizens and cop cars, not locals.
Right.
Well, we got to figure out when somebody comes on how to get you the menu for billing, because when I press my F7, yes, the Bitcoin comes up, but it's behind this little window that says billing menu, and you've got personal invoices, pay reference, and create invoice.
So you say Bitcoin does come up?
Yeah, mine Bitcoin comes up as well because it's tied to that muscle, but it's behind the little billing menu.
Oh, I see billing menu here, personal invoices, pay references, and create invoice.
So it must bring the Bitcoin on top for you, and you have to escape to see the other one.
Yeah, I got it right now. I just had to move it. My
Okay.
bad.
So yeah, you click on create invoice, and then for amount you would put 5,000 for the tow, you know, our tow fee, and then for reason you put vehicle released. That way they know that they paid the 5,000 as you were releasing their vehicle from impound.
So it would be on job or personal? It would be on job, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, yeah, and I see custom amount and note, put 5,000 on the amount, and then at the note, then just put, releasing vehicle.
Yeah, I always put vehicle release, and then trying to think there's something else. Oh yeah, when you go back in here and you find their car in the list, when you click on it, it's going to have two choices. It's going to have return to garage or drive. If they want it right here now, click drive and it'll spawn here with you in it. You just get out and let them take it. If they want it in the garage, you click return to garage and it puts it in the last garage that they spawned it from.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy though, but yeah, that's how you invoice.
Yeah, they probably showed me a lot of it, but like I said, it was a 10-minute ordeal, and it was see you later on some of it.
Well, see, there's been times where I have to do the invoice right there on the side of the road, like the girl with the motorcycle that was underwater. I go to that create invoice. When you do that, by the way, and you hit create, it's going to bring up the closest players to you. So if there's more than one name, don't say their names, just say which one are you, and they'll say their first name, and then you know which one to click, so it invoices them.
Right. So you send it.
But yeah, the point of saying that was sometimes you won't even be doing that here. You'll be doing that out on the road, because I pulled her motorcycle out the water, invoiced her right there, and she paid it on the spot. Now for that one, I actually charged $8,000 because I charged $3,000 hazard pay for diving underwater, and I didn't even get paid by the guy who I rescued the car and then drowned from. Remember, he drove off. He's an asshole, that Benny dude.
Yeah. Okay. And all the prices are on the email, right?
Yep.
I was looking at that the other day.
Yeah, they're all on there. Now, the other thing we've been dealing with is some of these cops are on a power trip, and they'll be like, put a 4-hour hold when they call you and have you towed. They'll be like, put a 4-hour hold and an $8,000 fine. They can't do that, man. They can put maybe a $3,000 fine, but your fine can't cost more than what our towing fee is, because that would be $13,000. Those people would have to pay $5,000 to us and $8,000 for the fine. That's just ridiculous. So yeah, they're abusing their power. When they do that, bring it here, put it on a 4-hour hold, but do not put a fine on it. Just charge the $5,000. That's what the bosses said.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, those cops, somebody's doing something crooked, because they were impounding to their lot the other day.
See, I've never done an actual, person's vehicle yet. I've only done the NPCs. So when it comes to putting them on a hold, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? When you put them in there.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go bring my truck over here and we'll practice on my truck. All right, so walk up to it and do the, you know, slash IV. You got that little menu up for impounding?
Mm-hmm.
Now where it says, click where it says retrievable by owner.
Oh, okay. I see it.
That's where you put,
Impound time.
yeah, that's where you put the hold on. And then for, don't put a hold, so uncheck retrievable by owner and just for reason put training test. And then go ahead and impound it. Here, you come do this so you know how to pull it out. It'll be the one that says rat rod something or another. Rat rod truck. See, we out here training people. We out here, I like to be a manager. Let's get paid more. Just be a manager. Training manager. Yep. There you go, that easy. Here, hold on. Now impound it again and do the return to garage. And that'll put it right back over there.
Oh, okay.
Again, put training test as the reason so they know why we were doing it. That way they don't bill me 10 grand for impounding my vehicle twice. Let me know when you return it. I'll go check. All right. Yep, sure enough. There you go, man. That's hands-on training right there.
No, yeah. Yeah, that helps.
They ought to make me a manager.
Show me that. It was just pretty much, you know, I rode around with him and we got a couple NBC vehicles and he was just quick about putting it up and that was it. Like,
Oh, on the spot.
yeah, yeah, I had to like ask him, you know, I was like, yo, how'd you do that part? And I was like, he'd be like, here, hold on, let me do this one because it was kind of busy, you know.
Yeah. And you're not supposed to do that if there's actual citizens within eyesight. They want you, like, if there's actual people standing around, you should hook to it and at least take it around the corner where nobody can see you poof it away like that.
Oh shit, I bring it all the way back here before I poof it away.
It depends for me on how busy we are. If it's just an NPC car, like I'll walk up to it and do IV. Well, not always. Like I said, if people are there, I'll tow it around the corner and then do it because I ain't always got time to be bringing stuff all the way back here. It depends on where it's at, too.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Now, if I'm Romeo posting, you know, that I'm that into towing for my own self on my purple eye, then yeah, I'll tow it all the way back and do the whole deal. But usually I don't have time for that. Like I said, for me, like we've gone all this time with.
Which one's the difference, you know, especially if you're doing like motorcycles and shit. 'Cause
Well,
they
most of the
they're
time,
different.
most of the time you almost have to poof those away because they're hard to even get on the rollbacks, man.
Oh yeah.
And you definitely can't tow it with that truck.
No, no, that's why I drive the rollback mainly.
See, I hate that thing. I prefer this truck. My rollback in the other city, all you do is back up to the vehicle, you get out and walk to the left rear corner, and there's a glowing circle that says attach, detach. And they, in here, man, the bed's all wonky.
So much easier, yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
sounds
kind of
fun.
acts goofy here. I prefer the
Yeah,
regular one.
like we would have to like hop on the motorcycles and like sit on it and then like push it up onto the fucking bed and they would like back into it just to get it up on the bed to where you could see the E to load it up, you know?
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. They're a pain in the butt. I usually just poof those away. Motorcycles. I had one yesterday that was somebody called for their motorcycle. He hit something so hard it didn't blow up, but it was completely disabled. And I told him to look the other way. He's like, "Oh, what's that over there?" And I made it go away for him. But
Yeah. All right, well, I guess it's breakfast time for me. I'm gonna go to the diner. I'll talk at you later.
all right,
Appreciate the
Rip.
help though, man.
Hey, no
Yeah, I
problem.
hope I see you more often, but you know, like I said, my schedule is gonna be rough as far as you being around.
Yeah, if you're on in these times, you'll probably catch me. But if you're on in the 2 a.m., 3 a.m. time, probably not.
Yeah, most times if I'm on, I'll hit up in the radio unless I'm busy doing something, like going to the casino or something to spin the wheel.
Roger that. Well, again, man, it's good to meet you. I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good work shift tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll be all right. I've been doing it for years, same old shit, you know.
Roger,
All right,
Roger.
man. Good luck out there. Be safe.
Well, do, man. Have a good one. Just got paid. I need to look for routes real quick, like IRL. Not yet. All right. And I need a drink, so be right back. Had cotton mouth for about 40 minutes or more now. Ah, pretty girl, you waking up, huh, sweetie? As we are. Good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. Hi, little brother. Hi, little brother. My puppy boy. He's getting big, son. That's funny how your body just knows when it's that kind of day. I've been up since before daylight, but I haven't been outside. Well, yeah, I did. I took Yuri, the puppy, out early this morning, but it wasn't rainy then, and you couldn't tell it was cloudy. But ever since I've been up at my normal time, I've been feeling all like, just tired and like it feels like a good day to just chill and sleep. Well, I looked outside and it's rainy and dreary. That's why, like I said, it's just funny without even seeing it first how your body already knows and it's like, bleh, I don't feel like doing that. You need to go out. It's raining, sweetheart. You don't like getting wet like that. Be right back again. Come on, I'll take you. But I doubt you're gonna go. Come on, go out. Well, come on, come on. Go. I wasn't too. You go out take a potty? You go out take a potty? No. Yes, brother. You can go too, of course. Come on, take a potty. Good girl, sweetheart. Both of you are bad. You get up there. Bad girl. Sorry. They both not ran off, but just went out of the yard up the hill. Had to go retrieve them. Give them a little bit of trust, and this is what they do. I'm getting a little bored with this, to be honest with you. We're right at 2 hours. I'll make a loop around, I guess, like Legion and all that. Just see what's going on, but interesting. Well, there's almost 10 more people than there, or 10,000, whatever, more than there were earlier, but still not very many. What's up?
You wouldn't happen to have any candy?
I do not.
Oh. Any video games in the van? In the car? In the truck?
Nah, I don't carry anything like that, brother.
Okay.
Have a good one. I'm sure he's talking about drugs or something. I have no idea. I'm sure that's slang for stuff we ain't got. Ooh, I should have had that locked already. Could have just got mugged. Boy's up to no good. I'm telling you. Wrong key, donkey. So it looks like there's at least 2 or 3 cops in the city. No, you go lay down. You done made me mad, girl. You teaching the baby the wrong things. I asked you not to do that. Yeah. Kind of how I feel towards you at the moment. What are you folks up to? The grocery getter storage van. They're getting ready to do some dirt, ain't no doubt in my mind. 2 vans at that. Yeah. Don't come up here looking for trouble, dude. You gonna find it. I see. You're gonna go make me pull out my real heater in a minute. It's back in the Maybetsu bike at the garage. I don't like riding around with that, but that's an awful lot of people right there. I might need something like that. You know, that's a player busted up box truck. And another. Now you see why I stage up here. You can sit here all nice and quiet like. No, but seriously, just sit there all quiet with the lights off and face the other direction. Nobody thinks anything of it. Just look over your shoulder and you'd be surprised what all you see right here. This place is usually pretty happening if there's people in the city. I think it's where you start when you first come in, is somewhere right here in Legion Square. And then, of course, a lot of people just use it as a primary spot to spawn their vehicles. Because like me, they probably don't own a house yet either. They can't afford that crap. Outrageous. It's preposterous what they charge in this city. Alright, so box truck dude drove the little Mini Cooper looking thing that left. That dude wanted the Hellfire but couldn't afford the expensive one, so he got the one with the paint scheme, the racing scheme on it. Then probably figured out he can't just paint over it like he thought. Oh, that might be the Mustang one, not the Hellfire one. If by chance that's you that's watching, Isaiah, it's good to see you, man. I've been wondering about you. What are you doing, bro? Don't you come up here. Don't do it. I'm pulling my heavy out right now. Don't do it. Yeah, see? Yeah, we're here murdering somebody. Did I get out of my truck? That was the wrong button. Just need to stretch my legs. And we down to half a tank again. Let's go fuel up. We need to fire that other driver. The 274 and the 313. The other ones are making 700 and 1,000. What is up with that? Look at all these. None of it's red marked and none of it's fire hydrant. All of it could be parked better. The gas did come down some, but that's still ridiculous. 2140. It was like 600 or 700 when I first started 8 days ago, before somebody did something with taxes and fuel prices in this city and corrupted everything. Love and money, root of all evil, folks. So I just spent more than my 4 truckers made. Ooh, I've got my pistol out. More than my 4 truckers made on fuel. That's what they were talking about in that city meeting and for the mayor electoral processes. They're aware that somebody did that. They're going to fix it because as it is, it costs so much to live in this city, you almost have to resort to crime just to be able to afford to live here. Whoa. There you go. Don't go that way, dummy. So I guess the cops just don't care. Are they still on? Yeah, there's at least one on. He's like, man, can't be bothered. I might get shot. I could get hurt. What do we got in this glove box? Oh, I got room. I got the diesel engine in there for the swap. Look at me sitting there with a boosting tablet. Could be doing D's and C's. But my brain's just not criminally minded like that. I totally forgot it was in there. Anyway, we could be doing that. I might do some of that later. I'm thinking about taking a break from City here for a little bit. We're 2.5 hours into the stream now. Catching some breakfast and watching a video or two, and then maybe come back if there's no routes yet. I mean, we're not even getting any calls or anything. Not even for getting stuff out of impound. It's like, It ain't like there ain't a bunch of cars in impound. Because there are. Not near as many as there was over the weekend. Good grief, that list was just stupid to have to scroll through to find somebody's vehicle. There needs to be a better... Well, actually, I need to go look at that. Maybe I'm not being very attentive and there is a better way to search. Turn these on so we don't get hit coming out. Lights on for safety. Matter of fact, brights on. Now everybody's like, oh my God, when you go by. It's like, what? They ain't that bright. They are so bright they almost wash out the yellow strobe though. I made it. Now that one was purple. Why is it locked? Impound stays unlocked. Compound stays locked. Looks like my, oh, okay. Looked like my taillight was out on that side. They need to fix this because the proximity of this, watch, is too close to that. Now it is locked. Okay, so yeah, there is a way. Good grief, you big dummy. So let's try 6B Wi-Fi. 6B. Yep, Wi-Fi. You don't even have to use caps. Cool. Alright. That's my dumb self that's been making it so hard to... Nope. Oh, dang. Get off my... Yeah, you scuffed my vehicle. I'm parking... Yeah, see, with the brakes on. Oh, sure. I'm parking in the red zone, too, to fix my truck. You shut up. Shut up. I'm authorized. You shut your filthy whore mouth. I don't need another lecture either. You ain't walking upstairs, you walking on a flat sidewalk, you lying sack of... Sorry, baby doll. Didn't mean to do that to you. Oh, you're locked. Let me in, I said sorry. What do we want to do? Go back to our little roost for a minute, I guess, to see what's going on, because that place is hoppity-lopping. Look at that marked. Oh, did we forget to do something earlier? What did I mark? Oh, he said there were cars up there. All right, let's go see if there's anything still there. I'm sure they've long since been evaporated from the city. We shall go see. Excuse me, come through, working man here. Working hard or hardly working? That'd be a good spot for a fire department. I don't know why it isn't. Matter of fact, in the other city, that is where City Hall and stuff and the fire department, or at least one region of town is. One district, I guess you would say. I can't even stand playing in that city anymore. The cops are OP, the gangs are stupid. Everybody taking their job a little too serious in there, and regular everyday people like me, yeah, it's not a good mix. I ain't really a rollover and take that kind of stuff kind of person, but I ain't out there messing with people either. Just don't mess with me. Somebody please help, help, somebody, help. He's got bright green lights and yellow flashing ones. Help. Excuse me. I'm gonna let you get away with it. You ain't at the red zone, you just kind of crooked park. So that car is still sitting there. It's abandoned. Yeah, same thing, Disneytopia. How can you be in this area and trucking? This looks like somebody's. Here. Look at your dumb self. You ain't special. Did it again. Hurry up, peasants. That's what we didn't do. Okay, no problem. Filling out the impound form, hang on. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Pretty tedious. Alright. Done. I'll learn you, Darny. You're in a parking place, or parking lot, with a garage. Don't leave your car sideways in there like you just special. And it don't apply to you. Now I'm going off city too. I'm gonna play like I'm playing Southside. Infinity vehicle that leaves city. Don't be back up for another week. That's tough. I meant to do retrievable by owner. I don't think I can now. We'll go walk over them. Trying to see when I can get it without being, yeah, you just gotta be too close to the gate. Yeah, see, it locked the door again. Alright. We'll do that. That was your one free warning. Okay, it is locked. And it is locked. Oh, now Burger Shot comes. Okay, hang on. I need to stock up on food. Alright, so Jay off duty. can't believe I gotta pay to. I did not park it there. This is the second day in a row it's done that too, saying it's at Legion Square. Burger shop. I don't remember exactly where that is. Burger shop. Man, that engine swap sounds so good on this bike. Especially when it goes back to idle. It's like blah, 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 blah. Just came in so nasty. And beautiful. Nasty in the most beautiful way. There you go, Yeah, how's it going? You work here or just shopping?
I'm just shopping, man. What about you?
Same thing.
I don't think I think he's on break. I don't see him anywhere.
Ah, man, I saw the ad pop up just now and thought that was like an active thing. Shoot.
Yeah, same here, bro. I'm hungry. I could use some food. But,
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna give him a call. Hang on.
I mean, he might be around back, but I don't want to go back and check.
I'll be throwing ads up in my face if you ain't here. Know what I mean? Maybe he's in the bathroom taking a poop. He left his phone back on the counter. You ain't worth a fart. You ain't worth a fart. Even if you are pooping. Here, I wanted some burger shot. You dirty heifer. I'm trying it again. I'm not leaving you alone. I'm that person. Just keep calling you though. Answer the phone. Oh man. Yes, proceed. Worry and pester them to death.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
That's annoying. was gonna see if you can get a job and work there. Guess not. Yo, you back here snorting lines? Nope. No can do.
Totally. I got one of those maps of the stars.
It's a shame the drive-through doesn't work.
Howitzer is shooting some reality show by my hotel. I'll try to get you some autographs. See ya.
I'd rather just rob her at the ATM, but I won't do that later. I work an honest living. But it would be easy, it looks like. Man, pinch that thing off. That was a big letdown. It's like when you think you got poop and just a big old poop ghost. Just air. Shut your face. But you wouldn't kiss your mama with that mouth. You did, she'd wash it out with soap. Is that the PDM? What did I do? I don't know, it's parking. Oh yeah, and that underpass, that just sounded beast. I came this way just to do it again. Oops, wrong direction. My bad. Oh, right here. Busted my eye. Got a black eye now. I'll fix you, darling. I got a quick band-aid right here. It's got Snoopy on it and everything. Good to go. don't think anybody answered. So obviously there's nobody doing. Yeah, nobody answered. Well, barg you too. Yeah, Olivia Mitchell isn't really cutting it. Cover my shift. Eat my nuggies first. Oh, that took us to 100. As did that. Cool. Bang. I need workman's comp. I found your stairs were slippery. I got it on. It's on camera. I'm suing. I'm suing this place. That's it. I won't have to work anymore. I know they rich. See, it's supposed to be auto locking when you leave. Okay, it did. But it didn't lock when I went in. So hopefully earlier when I locked it, when I found it unlocked, somebody wasn't already in there and I locked it. I mean, not that they can't get out like I just did, but they're probably like, what the frick? I know that door was unlocked. One can only hope that's how it went anyway. Yeah, see? Still nobody answering. F you food places then. Ain't worth a fart. Pornhub. Ambulance. Department of Justice. Department of Correction. Yeah, so now the burger shop's not open, even though they were open. Must have been my message, huh? You got the message? I guess that's our cue then. Now we're at 3 hours. 2 hours, 59 minutes right now. But do appreciate you joining if you did. I hope you enjoyed that. Definitely hope to catch you on the next one, which might be here in just, 30, 40 minutes, depending on whether there's any routes. I'm going to grab some breakfast and stuff, though, and maybe watch a video. But do appreciate you joining and hope to catch you on the next one. The Virginian out.